In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to use Asana Workflow Builder. By the end, you'll know how to set up a simple workflow that automates part of your team's process so work can move forward with less manual effort. To follow along, open Asana and head to the project you want to automate. In this example, we're using a sprint planning project, but you can use any project where you regularly repeat the same series of steps, like content production, onboarding, or ticket triage. Once your project is open in Asana, look toward the top of the screen for the Workflow tab. Go ahead and click on Workflow. This is where Asana lets you visualize and automate the way tasks move through your project. On the Workflow page, you'll see an option that says something like, Automate your team's process and keep work flowing. Click on that. This opens the Workflow Builder, which is a canvas where you can define what should trigger an automation and what actions Asana should take for you. Next, we're going to choose how this workflow is triggered. In this case, we want something that we can run on demand, so select the option labeled Manually. A manual trigger is useful when you want control over when the automation runs, like at the start of a sprint, or when you're ready to move a batch of tasks forward. Once you've chosen the manual trigger, you'll see options for what the workflow should act on. Select Section. This tells Asana that when you run this workflow, it should look at tasks in a particular section of your project. For example, this might be your backlog, to-do, or ready for development section, depending on how your board is set up. From here, you'll see several highlighted fields and buttons you need to configure. Click on each highlighted area in turn. First, choose the specific section you want this workflow to apply to. Then select what you want Asana to do with the tasks in that section when the workflow runs. Depending on your setup, this might involve moving tasks to another section, updating an assignee, changing a custom field, or adjusting a status. Work your way through each highlighted element until all of the required settings are filled in. The highlights are simply guiding you through each piece of the configuration so nothing is missed. When you've finished clicking through and configuring all of those highlighted options, look for the Done button in the builder and click Done. This saves your workflow and activates it for the project. Now, whenever you need to run this process, you can trigger it from the workflow area, and Asana will handle those repetitive steps for you automatically, keeping your team's work moving smoothly.